By the way, I did not sleep very well last night because of the excitement. So I use some practical tips. I also run a hospital and I work on metabolic disorder reversal. So there are some practical tips I give you. Magnesium glycinate is one. Every 40+-year-old needs a glycinate. Write that down. Second one is pista. Have 10 pistas. And the last one, if you still can't sleep, there's a homeopathic medicine called coffee akura. Homeopathy is a real life medicine. So if you have that, I had that, I could sleep for 4 hours. But I know that I'm going to sleep very well tonight because my session is over. There are two parts of my session. One of them, I'm going to rush through the slide deck because what I want to focus on is actual code that I'm going to demo. So you can see what a bootstrap company, which is 14-year-old, started with 4 employees and now with 800 employees, 20,000 customers around the world. What we have to offer. We are headquartered in India, by the way. Alright, so 2 parts. The first part is going to be very rushy, so we can focus on the code. Alright, so there are LLMs being trained. OpenAI, you talk about OpenAI, you talk about Gemini, Anthropic, everything is in US. France started something this to do. DeepSeek and Quen from China. What about India? They are all, we know about Sarvam, but did you notice? Sarvam raised money from Lightstep Ventures. So really India, no? Okay. So and Bharajan, how about that, coming up to IIT Bombay. But we don't really use Sarvam and they're not, although they have outsourced, they've open sourced their models, they're still using all of those and all of the data is going into foreign LLMs. This is a point which should be very close to the heart of every Indian. And some of us think that they're going to take a look at they're going to know what are we use it for so that they can sell more services to us. Some of us think that they will control us with all the data points. So what are the rest of the world, what can we do? I want to highlight the importance of a small language model, which I think Satish in his second panel, he also emphasized. Small language models are really good if you do something about their accuracy. Small language model accuracy is not as good as the large language model unless you implement something which is called reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning algorithms are already pre-made. You just have to implement them or buy them from somebody. The reason it is important is because you have an appliance sitting in your office with an open source downloaded small language model, implement a reinforcement learning algorithm and the accuracy is the same. Plus the data never leaves your premises. This is exactly what we're trying to do in miniOrange. Different levels of sovereignty. If AWS data center is in India, it's sovereign. It's sovereign. No. Second level of sovereignty, if it's an on-prem appliance, but you can use LLMs around the world. And third level of sovereignty we should try to get to. Let's use Bharajan. It came out of IIT Bombay. Implement an SLM, have it on an appliance. Truly sovereign. But then people will say, what about third party? What about open source that you've been using? So it's hard. It's a constant journey to get to the sovereignty, but it's a very important point. I have customers around the world, 30,000 customers actually around the world. I have a lot of customers in the US and Europe and Middle East. But I've seen some of them drawing lines. You must have seen, if you've not heard of the case of, you should be looking up that case. And you'll realize that sometimes vendors are forced by the governments to switch off stuff. And at that time, sovereignty becomes very important. Sovereignty should be very important for Indians. This is the agenda for today's talks. There are 4 things I'm going to cover. The usage of AI. Everybody is adopting AI. I have a small hospital that I run and I'm trying to have AI help my doctors so that doctors can't remember the patient's history from 1 year ago, but AI can. So I'm going to demo that, and with that I'm going to show how I adopted AI, but then data privacy became a problem because to gain that advantage you have to send patients' data to some of the LLMs. What kind of agents security you can implement and whatnot. So I'm going to cover all of that. When we talk about, so obviously data privacy is a key thing. I'm going to talk about that also. This is a slide I'm going to spend 20 extra seconds. When we talk about AI security, there are 4 angles to it. Everyone has to understand there are 4 angles to it. One of them is security from AI. Because of AI, the existing attack surface has become lethal. Hyper-personalized phishing attacks are happening. That is security. So we have to secure from that. You have to protect the models. People are injecting prompt. There's some prompt injection going on. People are uploading banned models and everybody's downloading them. You have to protect the models. You have to make sure agents that are developed against those models, they are secure. Security of AI. There's a lot of hallucination going on. They have been fleeing from bad data. How about that? That's a different topic. And security using AI, which is the vendors like us, how we are using AI to give better security features. One of them you already know of, Mycos. I'm not going to talk more about that. Everybody knows already. These are the 4 angles of security, AI security. When you talk about AI security, you always start which angle are you looking at. I'm going to skip all this agentic AI security and all that because it's going to be covered in the demo. I already talked about that. I will personalize malware, ransomware. These are old topics. Insider threat, believe it or not, whatever happens inside a threat, real case examples are happening. We have very good slide of insider threat. It doesn't happen because of malicious people only. It happens because of they're not aware. Employees are not aware. Sometimes they make mistakes. We have been called Product Company of the Year by DSCI, and you know in a wide why. Candy had the demo piece. And now the real presentation starts actually. I could rush to that because there's a lot of things. Like I said, there are again 2 parts of it. 2 threads you want to have. You want to start in your head. One, observing the board, and the other one that I'm going to talk about. But just to give you a little bit, what you see in front of you is a blood report being uploaded by a patient like me, and with the help of a software system, I'm able to see a trend. How many of us knew? You know, we go to a doctor, they order some tests, we do some tests, but we forget what the trend is. With a system like this, you'll be able to track trends. You'll be able to go to a doctor and he'll be using AI to get entire history and portrait. So keep an eye on that while you listen to this small speech. There was a Swadeshi Andolan in 1905. India needs his own Swadeshi now. There is Swadeshi companies that are around for a number of years. Manage Engine is the king of that. They are not my competitors. I look up to them. 30 years of Swadeshi. Then there is Wiki. Again, 30 years of Swadeshi. Now there is miniOrange, 14 years of Swadeshi. Then there is Scale Fusion, which is again my competitors based in Pune. All these companies are available for you to look at. Why do you not know about it? We don't spend on marketing. Guess why? We don't have any money to market. We build products. There's a gentleman called Dr. Balal. How many people in Bangalore know Dr. Balal? Thank you. You know because of a personal incident. Is it true or not? Yes. The rest of you, do you know what? Why don't we know? He's a top nephrologist in Bangalore. Why do you not know? He doesn't have time to market himself. He's operating every day, 5 patients a day. You know Dr. Kriyan because he has spent a little bit marketing recently. He's a top heart surgeon in India. He don't have time to go and market. He build products. You have to be less fat-fingered and you have to go look for us. Go beyond the first page. Go beyond the first page. Our digital marketing key will show up on the second and third page. Give us a chance. That's why you don't know. The other thing I want to talk about is I already talked about Naira Energy, but before that, here you see the doctors trying to get help from AI and writing some stuff and prescription. But again, coming back to my man, which is miniOrange is a broad company which is heavily adopted in the Middle East and in US and Europe. And I strongly believe that India is the only place in the world which can be the cybersecurity and AI backbone of the world. And the reason is that we have billions of engineers. I mean, right now, I'm sure my colleagues in Infosys, TCS, and Wipro, they are upgrading the skills of their team members heavily because now they're forced to. So we will see. And I saw in the India AI Summit, I was a speaker on the sidelines of an event there, and I noticed that hundreds of Indians put up small booths, and each one of them had a very good use case they were solving. On healthcare, on the fuselage thing you might have seen, the drones and all that. Unbelievable innovation is going on. But we are still not investing heavily on the LLM of the world, which is a major thing. I feel that we have to do with a small language model with the reinforcement learning algorithm for the time being, and request to the lawmakers to not only have a law on data privacy, but actually on the intelligence layer as well. Because if you don't have that, then we'll miss out on a lot of things. See how well China did. China barricaded itself and said no foreign apps. And what was the result of that? The result of that is there's a lot of innovation in China and the data remained. So when OpenAI announced that we have this huge LLM, what did China? And they came to India and they said, oh, you guys can't build it. This is very difficult to train. China said, no, you can. Because they had a lot of data. Plus they also saw the output of OpenAI and they trained their own model. India could have done the same. We have lost on that race for now. But while we catch up, a little bit of a law could help. All right, so I think that data privacy is more critical than ever. India has this law DPDP which comes into effect in May of next year. Everyone has to be compliant, but everyone thinks that consent is data privacy. It is not. It is not really consent. It is consent. Then you have to do an impact assessment. You have to do cookie management, produce live support. You have to do data leakage prevention, data protection. You have to do breach prevention. You have to do DPO services. Whole host of things. And you will see in a bit. Actually, the demo that you was looking at, it is just that. How exactly a data flows through an organization. You have to do ROPA. So many things to do. A little bit of help from a tool will get you a long way. A good deal. We are still not talking enough about existing attacks, attacks on existing surface and how MyCost changed it. In the opening panel, I heard the ladies, the CSA lead saying that what will the product companies do? You think SAST is going to replace cybersecurity? What is SAST? Even in SAST, there is efficiency, there is personalization, there is customer support. What is just released a SAST? What about the tool that the gentleman before me was demonstrating? That is not going anywhere. There are so many tools that are not going to go anywhere. And anyway, we should not be fooled by the marketing gimmick of Anthropic, which is, again, fear-based marketing. Why are they focusing on enterprises now? You have released MyCost to some select vendors because they are saying that they will give them an advantage over hackers because they are not releasing it to everybody. That is true, which is good. The other thing is that consumers are not sticky customers. Vendors are just going to be there. We need to do a lot more on agent governance and observability. You will see in a bit. Another topic, very interesting. If all of us are not confused, how could you choose the right cybersecurity vendor? I go to so many conferences around the world. I'm sure you've heard of, because it is 100, the headquarters is just right from the corner, right? You're not heard of anybody or no. You know because they spend $500 million in marketing, which means they get to overcharge you for the rest of their life. Don't get overcharged. But that is not the only thing. Leadership is gone. They sold their stock and they took it public, and then the second team and third team they're managing it. You try to call the customer support. And all these companies, they are just identity access is a hub and spoke problem. They are all interested in solving the hub because that's the most profitable. They never. Have you seen any doing? How long did it take to do IGA? And do they have an IGA even today? With the money that they had, they could have done, but they're not doing it because they're just interested in maintaining their ADR year over year, 120% of what they charged you last year. That's what they're interested in. So you have to be very careful about who you choose. A list is endless, and I want to tell you that there are, even though it's Bangalore and a lot of is the investor capital, it's the Silicon Valley of India, it's the investor capital of India and all of that. Bootstrap works. miniOrange is a leading example of that. 40KL is still bootstrapped. How does it impact you? How do you care if I'm bootstrapped? If I did not spend $500 million in marketing, I'm not going to overcharge you on stuff. Only thing I request from you is you go beyond the first page to look for me, so that you figure out that I exist, and then you can even do a POC with me and you figure out. But anyway, the investor-led thing is not the only thing. There are other things you have to look at choosing the best cybersecurity vendor. Some people think choosing the right cybersecurity vendor means it has to be in the right quadrant. I don't know. I want to tell you which analyst. Quadrant thing became very popular. Quadrants are sold. What are sold? Why did they made a customer first quadrant? To remain relevant. If I'm being used by 30,000 customers around the world and I don't show up in any quadrant, who looks bad? The analyst or me? The analyst is looking bad. They're forced to create a customer first quadrant. So wink to ISMG is We talked about how to choose the right sector. Okay, role of marketing versus customer responsibility. We talked about that. I really thank ISMG for curating this Cybersecurity Week. 3 major cities in India. It's my job as a hacker to find bugs. So it's not really a week. We're testing you over the next week. Small part. 21st and 28th. Minor nitpick. That's what I do. Alright, so different type of CISOs. I know there's a CISO thing coming up. I went to a CISO event, very popular CISO event by a very large publication of India. And I saw so many different type of CISOs. 50% of the room was filled with this type of CISO. After every session, there would be a QR code. And people sitting at the back, they'll scan. Oh, wow. People are really good into giving feedback. No. They have to prove their attendance. And then they would get points. And outside, there were a lot of vendors. With those points, they can exchange goodies. Cybersecurity is employing all of us, and we need that QR system. And you want to put that CISO on stage and I'm going to learn from him? No. But thankfully, 50% of the CISOs, very learned, and 5% of them willing to share real knowledge. So that was a relief. But you have to be really, I hear so many CISOs. First thing I ask them is, how many years in the company? 9 months, 3 years. Thankfully, there are some people who have been with the company for 10 years. You can really learn from them. And many of the CISOs, they're under pressure to create their own companies. And what do they do? Create a company in their wife's name. I can't learn from those people. So how do you select? Who do you talk to? High quality stuff. You have to be aware of all this. We saw some of the titles. CISO, CIO, and DPO. So it must be an easy job. So they can pile on more work. We are price sensitive. So what do you want to do? We are a lot of us are price sensitive. So we say, hey, same person can do a lot of extra work as well. But it's not. No, it's not an easy job. It's very hard. And the roles are becoming more and more refined. And a lot of compliances are coming up. It's going to be even more, it's going to be worse. We're going to see a whole host of them. Last point that I want to share with you. I have about a minute and a half left. Job has been Bangalore. That I was in Boston for 10 years. I heard it there. And there, where it happened. It's a good work. It's also the innovation capital of the world, innovation capital of India, and it's going to be innovation capital of the world. So I wish you that. And but one point which is not very well heard here and not known is bootstrapping works, because bootstrapping you have the ability to cater to the customer requirement. If the customer says do identity access, you can do that. If the customer says what about trusted devices, you can do MDM. If the customer says what are the data on these devices, you can do DLP. If the customer says, hey, you are doing governance of humans, what about governance of agents? You can do that. And then you can give all those facilities to the customers and not overcharge it. So bootstrapping is a good thing. Do you have any question? I think that was
Dr. Riya, also how the homegrown solutions have really enabled the organization to scale up. Send me some of them objectives. Yeah, any questions, please, for Anirban?
We also have a booth outside. If you have any questions later on, you can ask. This is a 14-minute round demo, but not played completely. But it showed AI adoption, and then it showed the perils of that, data privacy leakage, data privacy issues, which was fixed by a DPDP product. Then there was also agent governance and observability, which it is.
I think you should visit the stall during our lunch break and understand in detail how the technology works. So, if no questions, we will move to the next session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Dr.